This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. This one fielded at the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now the first carry for Marshawn Lynch. And they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. That one going to be complete to David Moore. 22 yards there, a first down.
And that's good for a Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On 1st down, Wilson rolling to his right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 37. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. They go play action with Wilson.
Nice methodical opening drive here.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
1st down, Seahawks.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Watch the screen. Line's 50, line's 50.
From the shotgun, Wilson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
On second down at 4. Wilson, rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Let's get off the field.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to look deep for more. And that's caught inside the 30. Away in, touchdown, Seattle. David Moore, 81 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Extra point up and through by Myers, and it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, here we go.
It's caught inside the 25. It's a gain of 35. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now Wilson from the gun, throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Jacob Hollister. Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
And just one tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. It's caught, Lockett. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, Charles, earlier we were talking about the Pro Bowl. I want to go back to something because they experimented with something in this year's Pro Bowl. Instead of the usual onside kick, they gave teams the option to run one play from their own 25 on a 4th and 15 situation. The NFC did try it late, but Kirk Cousins wound up throwing a pick to Earl Thomas. What did you think of that idea, though?
Well, you know I'm old school. And because I'm old school, I don't like it because I want to see the onside kick be a part of it, to see teams try and get back in the game. But I'm also smart enough to understand if we're talking about player safety, that's one of the highest collision plays you will have in football.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Switch.
Now Lynch running right, and an alley to run, and inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
It's a gain of 1 yard, and it's 3rd down.
To throw on 3rd down, Wilson, and that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the left hash, this from 34. And Myers able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Oh, he'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Let's go.
Throwing again. Wilson. Open man is Jacob Hollister. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. And the catch is made there by Tyler Lockett. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson, and down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd, and Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back. This is a good time here to give a hat tip to Eli Manning, officially announcing his retirement from pro football on January 24th. All 16 seasons with the New York Giants. He exits the game, Charles, 2 Super Bowl rings as well as 2 Super Bowl MVP trophies. He's 7th all-time in passing yards and 7th in passing touchdowns.
Not to mention how durable he was throughout his career. Once he took the starting reins, at one point went 210 consecutive starts. And that only ended because of a decision made by Giants management, which I think they came to regret. Bottom line, I know he went 117 and 117 the regular season overall record. Those 2 Super Bowl trophies, the Super Bowl MVPs, and beating the Patriots in a Super Bowl that ended their undefeated season, he'll be remembered forever in the annals of the NFL. Forget the hat tip. How about a full bow to Eli Manning?
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. That's caught by Hollister. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
All those special. Watch twins. Watch Hassan.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He's got his man on the comebacker. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need is...
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Quentin Jefferson able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Hey, alert. Check 26. Slam.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Back to the ground, this time Lynch. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll get this out to Lynch, complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Wilson going to hand it to Procise. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101 tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light red.
Tyler Lockett, the 20, 10, 5, and he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 83 yards. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. Here's Wilson, flushed out, and it's a Seattle Seahawks touchdown. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. This will be taken very short. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
All day, baby, all day. What? All right, 90.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Convert.
Now Wilson on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Four down. Good tight.
To throw is Wilson on first and 10. Eluding the pressure. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. David Moore. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. Wilson operating from the gun. And this is going to be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. So that one will be accepted.
Come on now. Let's go.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up first and 10 at their own 42. Lynch running the counter. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
12.
Watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Here's Wilson to throw. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to send this one deep right. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Broooken team.
Right there, 54 miles.
Got it. Bring it out. Bang it.
Throwing is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
He had no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
First down, the run with Lynch. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4. Wilson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd and 4.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
They're going to run the jet sweep on 3rd down, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be 4th down. Myers' kick is good, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
You're not ready.
Here's Wilson on 1st down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. They go play action now. Wilson, he'll buy some time right. Now he'll pull it down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Wilson now, throwing on 1st down. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A gain of 32 that time. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run with Lynch. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
You.
Run left.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, Wilson on the move to his left. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Check 43.
To throw is Lynch. Sliding out of the pocket. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And up 2 scores late. No clue why you do this here, but they're going to go for the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that, because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's Ziggy Ansah, the number 5 pick in 2013, credited with a sack. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. And now here is another interception. Picked up.